Hello everyone, I'm Rec5.
And I'm Sandman99.
Merry Christmas, and welcome back to Madden NFL 2004.
Yes. And so far we've been doing well. We're undefeated. And we won our first two games against really tough competition, and then we blew out the Detroit Comets.
But now we've got to go up against the Cupcake Lifers.
Yes.
They still suck in this game. The random number generator that I was using to decide what the teams were still came up with the Lifers as a cupcake team. So They still suck.
So we are better than them. And hopefully this will result in a easier game.
Hopefully.
But anyway, here we go. We need a break after that tough start. Oop, I went by. This will almost be like playing in play creation mode, probably.
Yeah, almost. Just don't throw any interceptions. You'll embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
Bad things happen when you go to the air.
Well, so far, I've thrown 5 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions in the first 3 games of the season, so...
Well, now we'll get to see how bad a team can truly be.
Yeah. Well, you never know. I mean, like, I didn't think that the Comets played that badly on defense in that last game. It's just that we played the whole game in their half of the field.
Yeah, because they couldn't move the ball.
Because their offense couldn't do anything, and when I get the ball at midfield or better, like most of the time, it just makes life easy for the offense, right?
Hey, look, it's 0 degrees again.
Very much in the early hunt as the visiting team square off against the home team.
Cold out here at the North Pole.
John Madden here to broadcast this one, brought to you by EA Sports, the company that defines football.
You talk about a quarterback who can lead his team to victory.
There, look at that. You can see their breath too, right?
Great arm,
yep.
presence, and the ability to
Well, not only that, but he's got his hand in his hand warmer there, right?
Yeah.
That's totally what that is.
The home team have some good receivers too, and it's a big reason for his success passing. Now, this is his favorite target, and when you see what he can do with a football in his hands, it's easy to understand why. The coaches have told us that they wanted to get him some catches early in the game.
Yeah, you better get him some catches. He's only leading the league in receptions.
This guy's got to be careful not to get all tired out doing that. You got to save some of that intensity and energy for the game.
Let's go to midfield for the coin toss.
Well, the Lifers elect to receive, so I guess we're gonna defend that end of the field.
So let's go to the field for the start of the action.
And we'll get our, as usual, our audibles set up.
See, they walk out to for the coin toss, and Santa Claus has his like plate of cookies, and he's got like a glass of milk in his hand.
Yeah.
Hey man, with a belly like that, you know that's how it's going down.
Uh-huh.
That's okay. Last game, he had to take a quick stop on the sideline for milk and cookies after he took a nasty hit.
Yeah, he got shaken up a little bit, but then he came back on the first play back, he got a sack.
Yep. It's like, you want to mess up me? I'll mess up you.
Actually, I think Santa Claus leads the league in sacks so far.
Yep. He's just giving out free hugs for all the quarterbacks.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think there's any point in doing this, but I do it anyways because it's my habit. Oh, their starting receiver has an injury.
Yep. So they've got no one but slow guys out there.
This guy's kind of quick. He's faster than our nickelback.
Huh. Yeah, you know what? They've got nothing but slow guys out there. I think you're going to have a very easy game.
Actually, what's their running back like? Oh, their quarterback is out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a really easy game.
All they have is their running back, and he's not even all that fast. He's
No.
barely faster than Gaines.
Yeah, these guys are screwed.
Let's get back to the action.
Okay, well, let's kick it off.
Number 7 in to kick this one
Santa
off.
and his elves are in first place.
Booming kick downfield.
Nice.
Actually, I might be better off kicking it off short of the goal line here and making them return it. Maybe they'll fumble, or at the very least, they probably won't do as well as the 20-yard line.
Okay, well, I don't think I need to back everybody off.
Well, they've got a backup quarterback throwing to second string and third string receivers.
To carry it.
That spin move did not work out well for him.
Yeah. That's funny. Did you see that wide receiver in motion across the field, though? And when he breathed out, you saw the cloud of steam?
Yep.
Right? I don't know. I don't remember if they had this particular thing in Madden 05 or not.
I actually don't remember myself.
Oh, look at that. Runs over the tackler.
It's a 3-yard gain. What have you heard, Melissa?
Wow. They might make a first down.
I mean, we are playing a dime defense against them.
It's simple what they have to do in this one. They have to be efficient in the passing game and get very physical on defense. If they can get that going here in the first half, they should be able to get out to an early lead. Al?
Thank you. That was Melissa Stark with the update from the sideline. Again, he'll get the call.
Oh, look at that. They ran 3 times for a first down.
Hey, man. That's fine.
And they could have forced a fourth down. I mean, that just would drive a coach nuts.
You only just barely made it by a half a yard, but...
Oh, now they're going to throw the ball. That was a terrible idea. Bad things happen.
And that was Santa Claus who dropped that interception.
Yep. Bad things happen when you go to the air.
Yep.
Just don't do it.
Well, they have to pass sometimes. I mean, nobody can run every single play.
Sure they can.
Not even you.
Sure I can. Watch me.
Well, look at this.
He runs over a defensive back. Oh my god.
Wow, looks like Michael Vick out there. Not.
God.
But he managed to pick up a first down anyway.
And he's brought down at the 47. Number 44. Couldn't get out of the backfield.
That was just a defensive line getting lower than the offensive line. When your defensive guys up front can control the line of scrimmage, it makes it very difficult to move the ball on offense.
7th play of this drive. Pressure coming. Gets rid of it.
Oh.
Pass ball's incomplete. He just lost focus as he dropped the ball.
No receiver's perfect, so
They can't catch either.
No. Well, their receivers, by the looks of it, are absolutely terrible. They probably have the worst group of wide receivers in the league.
Dropping back.
Except for that other team that has the worst group of wide receivers in the league.
Yeah. No, these guys are worse, I think.
Just couldn't hang on.
And that's really frustrating for a guy when he knows he could have
And not
kept the
only that,
drive
but the
going.
best of them
He
is
just couldn't
out,
hang on to
right?
the pass.
The best receiver on their team is out with an injury, so they're a group of bad players, and the best of those bad players is not able to play.
This could be a dangerous one. His blocks are set up. This play will be the first of the game for the offense.
Well, managed to run over a couple of guys.
Very confident that their offense can take over and create all kinds of.
Yeah, I just started playing cover 4 on their side of the field. Normally you don't do that against a normal team because they'll kill you for it.
Oh, look at that. They can still knock the ball down at the line, though.
Did they actually knock the ball
Yeah,
down
they
the line?
did. They knocked the ball. Well, either that or else I hit my own lineman with it. I don't know. Let's see. Nope, he knocked it down. You see that? He jumped up. This number 75 didn't block him, right? It's a good thing I had that running back in there to block.
Yep.
This number 75, I guess, decided to... was that a delay pass rush there, or what was that? Oh, weird.
No, number 75 is just being incompetent.
Back to the game.
He is a rookie, though.
Yeah, he's definitely got to improve some if he wants to keep his job next year.
Dropping back, pressure.
Because I'm fairly sure that I can draft a better player than him right out of the rookie draft that can start at right tackle.
Get in there and make the tackle. Now that's how you're supposed to play. Don't stop. Keep going until you reach
Well, he
the
did
ball
improve a whole bunch in the preseason. We just have to hope that he keeps up that pace.
Yeah, but he needed to improve a whole bunch in order to be bad. In order to be merely bad, right?
Yeah, he was the worst offensive lineman on the team before that.
Yeah. I think he probably still is. Whoops.
But he's the only right tackle you got.
They really hustle on the
Because for whatever reason in this game, they give you 3 left tackles and 1 right tackle.
Yeah. And by the time I realized that I was going to get stuffed there, it was too late for me to change my mind. If I could have, I would have wanted to cut back inside there, but I didn't. It took me too long to read what was going on there.
I see they have the 4-3 stack everyone on one side of the defense out there.
Yeah.
Gets the pass off.
What a shock. They were blitzing from that side.
Off and running. The 40, the 30, the 20.
Look at this.
That was a terrible defensive call.
Yep.
And so it's a long
Well, also I got a couple of pancake blocks by the
Tight ends that were out there.
The tight ends that were out there. Like, look at this. Right? See, there's one. There's like another one there where they almost knocked the guy down.
Let's get back to the play on the field.
Yeah, if you're getting abused like that, you're not going to be making any play.
Yeah. It's amazing the difference that some personnel can make, eh?
Comes in to attempt the point after. And it's on its way. The extra point attempt is good. And so they turn that drive into a great one as it ends.
Well,
with a
that didn't
touchdown.
quite take 2 minutes.
Deserve to feel good about that. Now it's the defense's turn to come out and do its job.
And he got all of that one.
Okay, well, we kicked that one to the wrong side, but okay.
He might return. Nope.
He downs
Nope.
it in the
No,
end.
Wow.
he's gonna take the touchback.
They're,
This defense.
Most other teams would try to return that.
Yeah, well, I don't think these guys have a returner with any kind of speed either, right? So, I think they're in real bad trouble because they were a bad team to begin with, and 2 of their best players are sidelined.
Receives the handoff.
Oh, Santa Claus is in a bad mood today.
Yeah, he gave him a face mask for Christmas.
That'll be 15 yards, no question.
It's like, I can't believe I have to play a team this shitty.
Tried to bring him down with it. Now, if he would have just grabbed it and let go, it would have been a 5-yard penalty.
Sends a man in motion. Dropping back to pass on first down.
Oh, hot potato pass for a
What was
big
that?
gain.
The thing is, the secondary looked a little...
Oh my god, this game.
Yeah, look at that. What kind of route is that? I don't know what kind of route that is, but
And that's
boy,
double
oh
coverage.
boy, that cornerback should have probably lowered the boom on that guy as soon as he turned around, right?
Well, at least he was faster than that guy, so he was able to hit him after.
Yeah.
But wow.
But that was totally a hot potato pass, right? Like, I couldn't even recognize what kind of route that was. That's the psychic receiver thing kicking in, right? Even cupcake teams can make the psychic receiver thing work for them, right?
Using motion. Tosses it left.
Ah!
Well, it's only a 5-yarder this time.
We're just gonna send them down to the goal line. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, we're gonna take penalties all over the place, and I haven't checked, but we might be the most penalized team in the league, right? Especially after that one game where we got 80 yards in penalties in one game, right?
That was freakish.
Yeah.
Closing in. Throws it.
Ooh.
Oh, that was Santa Claus that came in there after
came
that.
in there and just dropped in front of him.
3rd and 5 coming up. Loosening up the coverage on the outside. Pressure coming with the pass.
Well, he completed the pass, but he's a bit short.
You make tough grabs like that.
See, he broke that off early too, even, right? Like,
Yeah,
that's
'cause that's supposed to be a circle.
That circle route, and he's not actually supposed to catch that until he's just about where number 52 is there, right?
Yep.
You know, like that was cut off very early as well.
But that's okay. You know what? They're going to try a field goal here, and
Oh, they can't kick a field goal from here. I don't think that guy has enough kick power to even make it to the end zone from here.
So this will be a 48-yard attempt from the 38-yard line. And it's up.
Okay, well, he has enough leg to make it to the end zone, but I don't think he can kick a 48-yard field goal. That's just not happening.
They give it to the halfback. He's in. Got very good penetration there. The defensive line sniffed that play out beautifully.
The guys along the defensive line are very big.
That right side of our offensive line is terrible.
yeah, we were even losing that battle to a cupcake team.
Opening holes for the linebackers to make plays when the other team decides to go with the run.
Looks like they got that same play that I had that I threw the screen against and scored a touchdown.
Number 37, break free, picks up maybe 3 on that carry.
Yeah, the only difference is I think that time they had the corner out wide.
Oh, well, let's see if we can do something here. Let's try that.
Using motion. Drops back under pressure with the pass.
Yep.
A lot of space in front.
And that's a touchdown.
Yep. Very similar to that play action pass I scored a touchdown on in the last game, eh? That's one of the things I learned is you can make that play work by using motion, right? And what I did here is I told this guy to block and I told this guy to block so I'd actually have enough time. And you know, like I didn't let him stop. Like he would have had to go all the way this way, right?
Yep.
I didn't let him stop before I snapped the ball, and look at how he beats the coverage in there. They're totally not ready, right?
Yeah, because they haven't finished trading yet.
Yeah.
We'll go back to the play on the field.
So that's a little something that I learned to help out the passing game, right?
Number 7 comes in for the extra point.
Hey, man, they do it to us all the time.
Yeah, and it worked against a much better team than this last week,
And the extra point is
right?
good.
I managed to get that 50-something yard touchdown pass against the Comets last week.
Trying to keep them in check.
The offense seems to have their
And it was out of a different formation, but it was basically the same idea, and it was the same pattern.
To create some additional pressure. They have to find a way to get this offense out of their rhythm.
Which is basically like a 7-yard corner, right?
Oh, is he going to return this one?
I don't know.
Yep.
Yes, he is. Okay, well. Oh, look at this.
Kickoffs are
It
dangerous.
just goes to show you, you can't take anybody lightly, eh?
Yeah, kickoffs are dangerous.
Oh, boy.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 26. Passing on 1st down. Gets the pass off.
Hot potato pass again.
That one in.
He got open, and the quarterback found him with a pass. He just couldn't get it under control.
The
Yeah,
quarterback
that's one of the things that really drive you nuts, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe he should have caught that one, but I don't know. I mean, it looks to me like that was one of those broken routes again, too, right?
Well, this is the thing, though, about this game, right? as we've discussed before, they'll throw it away, like, instantly and immediately, and the receiver will psychically turn around and catch it regardless of what his route is.
I'll tell you, that was a heck of an effort to get in there and make
You
that
can
play.
barely tell what the route is sometimes. In fact, a lot of times you can't tell at all.
No, it's basically the receiver runs straight down the field and then suddenly turns around and catches the ball when it arrives, right?
Well, I'm not surprised that running back dropped that. Our own halfback only has a 58 catching rating. He's dropped quite a few passes. So it's not surprising that their running back would drop just as many.
Well, and also he is, you know, not a good player either, right?
Yeah, neither of them are. In fact, our halfback is probably the best cupcake halfback in the league because he's got 89 speed.
Yeah. Although I haven't actually been able to successfully run the ball against these guys so far. Right? They keep stuffing me in the backfield every time I try.
Here comes the safety.
Yeah, here comes the safety. I guess we'll go this way.
Hand off to the tailback, running with purpose. Running back.
Like, that's the most successful running play I've had this game so far.
Yep, and it required a broken tackle.
Yeah, 4 yards. I had to break a tackle in order to pick up 4 yards. But I guess that's how bad our offensive line is, right?
See something in the defense.
Whoop, wrong guy.
The home team using motion.
Nope.
Uh-oh, I can't get it off.
There's a flag on the play.
Okay. Damn it.
That won't help them.
I don't think that was part of the game plan.
It's now second and long after the penalty.
It's okay, you'll just throw a screen for a touchdown and then you get it all back. Or a corner, or whatever.
Number one. See something in the defense. Tucks it away. That fullback picking up about 7 on the carry.
Well, in this case, I saw an opportunity there to pick up a few yards, so up the middle. So I took it.
Yeah, it's amazing the difference between an all-Madden team and a cupcake team in this game. I swear, cupcake teams are actually better teams in Madden 05 than they are in Madden 04.
Team using motion. Drops back, closing in, throws over to his right.
Oh, come on. That was not out of
Yeah, that
bounds.
play might have had a shot if the quarterback would have
Boy,
kept
oh
the pass
boy.
inbound.
That was not out of bounds. Should I challenge it?
Ah, what the hell.
Sure, I'm going to challenge that.
So with the play in question, the coach has decided to challenge the call.
Yeah, they might get this call reversed.
Now it looks like he came down with it. The official will have to decide, though. And John, what do you think?
That was so
Was he
close.
in
That
bounds?
looked like he had.
But remember to reverse
There's a
it,
foot.
The referee has
There's
to
a
have
foot.
clear visual
If that's out of bounds, that's awfully close. That's by like the stripe on his shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, there you go. Well, you know, with that home field advantage, I mean, I bet we have a cupcake team, we probably have cupcake referees, too.
Yeah.
If you don't use them, they go to waste.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on the 37-yard line.
That was probably one of those momentum changer moments.
Maybe, yeah.
37.
You don't challenge that play and all of a sudden they become the unstoppable Lifers defense.
Number 37.
Or the unstoppable Lifers offense.
That guy has great acceleration. It allows him to stop.
Well, I
and
did all
change
right that
direction.
time.
Number 1. Get set. Hand off to the tailback.
Nice blocking.
Yeah.
Down he goes. At the 15-yard
See, this is
line.
that play I was
4-yard
telling you
gain.
about that was kind of like almost like an exploit run from Madden 03, right? Where you send the fullback outside. It's not really an exploit, and you do a hop, step, sprint. And then if there's no room here, you turn it outside, and the fullback, because he's blocking outside, will pick up
the corner.
He'll pick up an outside player, right?
Yep.
And then you can keep going around him.
It's 2nd down and 6 to go. Ball on the 15-yard line.
Although in Madden 03, the guy who did the write-up to tell about that play recommended you do it out of the I formation with twin wide receivers, right? And you run that play to the tight end side.
Pressure coming. Throws it. He hits his receiver. Touchdown, home team. The quick pass from the quarterback is there.
Well,
that was great vision by the quarterback. He looked the defense off.
Yeah, that was a long time ago that we had people making write-ups on the web.
Number 7 comes in to attempt the point after.
Well, it was you know, like when I was looking at Madden 03 trying to figure out how to play competitively and all that kind of stuff, there were a few people doing write-ups on you know, like which plays you should call on both offense and defense, and
how to run them, and yeah, I think he's still got some of those. I've seen him around.
Yeah, I don't know.
He decides not to return this one.
It's been many years since I've seen any of them. Because I think you could even print them out at one time, right? Like they did it in some kind of format where you could print them.
The corners are backing off.
Oh, did I just back off my corners?
Yeah.
Whoops. Some habits die hard.
Yeah, I don't think you need to worry about them outrunning you here.
I need to worry about him outrunning me.
Yeah, you need to worry about containing that guy because he's got more positive yardage than anybody else on the team so far.
He gets past that marker and picks up a first down.
But you know what though, like that's the tendency of your defense too, right? Like you end up with a lot of open real estate in front, in the middle, right?
Yep. Well, you can't cover everything all at once, right? No. So you've got to make sacrifices. And my sacrifice is I tend to be a little bit weaker against scrambling quarterbacks. I have some plays in there to deal with them, but they're not the plays I typically call because I usually zealously defend the flats.
Yeah. Well, and with a scrambling quarterback, there's always a chance that you could get a fumble or something like that too, right?
Gets the pass off. It's his receiver in stride.
Look at that, eh?
Yeah, throws it between Santa Claus. What you doing out there, Santa? First you face mask a guy, and now you're letting that fly by you.
To pick up that first down.
So they have first
through the slant though, and that's a spot where you do have a little bit of a seam in between the short and deep zones, right?
Yeah, I've got plays to deal with that too. It's just, again, you don't typically line up in them.
Again with a run. About a 2-yard gain here.
Yeah, you got to protect the flats, especially in this game where they can really take advantage of it if you don't, right? Because if they throw over the middle and pick up 8 or 10 yards at a time, it at least slows them down, right? I know that's the tactic that I use a lot too, is that I'll let them have those short passes over the middle until they get into the red zone, and then I'll start playing 5 or 6 across short zones, right? And try and take away those short passes after, you know, suddenly I'll just
That's your red zone defense?
Yeah, I'll just change what I'm doing, right?
You know what my red zone defense is?
Yeah.
Cover 4.
Yeah. Well, you know, like you've seen me do it before though, right? You know, they'll move the ball and I'll bleed yardage, you know, all the way down the field, and then suddenly they're at the 8-yard line and they try to throw a pass into the end zone, and I'm playing 6 short zones across and I get an interception or something, right?
Well, that's a face mask, but it didn't get called that time.
Yeah, you got away with one. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe he just had his arm hooked around the guy's shoulder too.
He's trying to pin them back as far as possible as he lines up for his 3rd punt. Here's the kick. Fair
Wow,
kick.
that's actually not a bad punt considering the quality of punter.
Yeah.
They were able to move the ball very effectively on that last drive, particularly on the ground, and came away with a touchdown. Let's see if they have similar success this time.
Well, I think we're in run the ball 3 times and punt territory.
Calling an audible now. Looking for room.
Or we could just run the ball for a first down and then run the ball for a first down and then
Run the ball for a first down? Eventually get a touchdown?
Well, I got a bit of a slow start on the ground here so far, though, right? Like they were putting up a little bit of resistance to it.
Calling an audible.
But that linebacker's out there kind of wide, so I'm going to try and dive up the middle on the right here.
Yeah, well, they came out here in a 3-3 nickel now.
Yeah.
They went back to the run on that play.
That just goes to show you that the coach trusts the guy to hang on to the ball.
2nd and 4 coming up here. Ball on their own 37. He sees something in the defense. Number 25 in motion. Under pressure, gets rid of it. The catch was made
Again, right?
I just challenge it.
That's not out of bounds. Like, wow, what are they doing here?
And it appears we'll have a few more looks at this one.
We're going to use up all our challenges on these, though, and then...
He did a great job of keeping his balance.
I don't think it will matter that much.
Yeah, and the only question is, did he step out? That's what I think they're looking for in the booth.
Oh, okay. I guess he had a toe out this time, right?
His shoe size is too big.
Yeah.
There you go, that's what you want to do. Whenever you make a custom player, you want to give them the smallest shoes possible.
Yeah, there you go.
An optimization. If any of you guys are ever making a wide receiver or a running back out there, give them the smallest shoes possible because it's easier to stay in bounds.
That's right. If he'd had smaller feet, everything would have been just fine.
Throwing short to the right side. Into the open. The 50. The 40. He's finally brought down at the 36-yard line. Big time play by Taylor.
And that's the type of thing that can happen when you get this guy the ball. He's going to move the ball.
Well, making it look easy today.
Well, everybody needs an easy day after you start with 2 all Madden teams.
Man in motion.
That was really hard work.
Ooh.
Gets the call, picks up 4, maybe 5 there.
Yeah, it's funny, but those motion runs don't work the same.
No, they don't. Actually, they didn't bring those guys all the way over. They only brought one guy over, and he stopped in the middle. That's what I meant, though, when I said in the last game, the Madden 04 defenses disguise their intentions better. Like, this is they're kind of telegraphing what they're doing, right? But this is a very typical thing that you see in Madden 05, right?
Oh, that's holding.
Penalty marker down the field.
Yep. That right tackle again, right? But that look that you just saw from their defense, that's very typical of what they do in Madden 05. In fact, they do it almost every down, right? Regardless of what the situation is. Whereas you only see that look once in a while here. That's why I can't make a living throwing flat passes to the wide receiver in this game like I can in Madden 05, right?
Yep.
Because in this game, they just won't let me do it. I figured out why I can't throw while the guy's in motion here. It's because the left slot guy, for some reason, has to twitch.
Yep.
Right? And I don't know why, because there's no reason for it, right?
He just does it.
He surveys the field with the throw.
But what I may do is I may scrap this and I'll try and play creation mode to search for a shotgun formation where I can move the running back out without a twitch from one of the wide receivers, because then I'd be able to throw it to him while he's still, or start the play while he's still in motion, right? Because if they'd have been playing press coverage there and jammed him, then I would have had nobody to throw the ball to, right?
They'll get it again. Still running.
Oh, runs over the safety.
Yeah.
They had a chance to stop him, but he was able to shake off the tackler for the first.
See, that right there is why we're playing a strong safety at both the strong safety and free safety positions.
Break one tackle, it can lead to some good yardage.
Because your starting safeties on some of these teams just can't tackle worth a shit.
Yeah.
Calling an audible.
And for whatever reason, in the depth chart, they actually won't start the old guy who's 33 years old with like a 60 tackling rating.
Ah.
And there's a flag.
Again, it took me too long to get it going there.
That play every day. Obviously, that guy needed to show more discipline than that out there.
Yeah, I think one of your safeties starts off so bad with tackling, he's got like sub 50 tackling.
Yeah.
Directing traffic.
Although that guy for us in preseason at least gained 7 points of tackling.
Touchdown.
So he's a backup now.
I'll tell you, I bet that touchdown pass knocked the air right out of him.
Yeah, these guys aren't going to do too good if they keep playing a man lock type of situation like that. The first 3 teams that we played didn't hardly play that way at all. But these guys seem to be doing it a lot.
Maybe it was the coach philosophy back in the day.
I don't know, or maybe it's just a crutch that a poor team uses or something.
Because I know we man lock a lot.
Because I can see against standard offensive formations, that strategy is probably a workable strategy, right?
It would be interesting to see.
There are still tight formations in this game, though, that would make it difficult.
Yeah, they do have single back tight. They've got bunch formations as well. Right.
The visiting team need to rebound quickly as they start this drive at the 17-yard line. The corners are giving a bit of a cushion.
I just keep doing that out of habit. I don't know why I keep doing that. I just keep doing that.
He tucks it away. Pickup of about 8. Two yards to go. Backing off. Pressure gets the pass off. This one falls incomplete. Third down upcoming.
Well, I'm glad that guy was there because the zone defender back there was sleeping.
Yeah. Well, one thing about it, though, if these guys do catch the ball and get behind you, you should be able to catch up to them, I think.
Well, we did once already, because they ain't got their good receiver in, right?
Yeah. On third down, you keep 3 things.
I think you're running to the wrong side, man.
You keep their defense on the field, and you keep your defense resting on the sideline.
You don't usually get results like that unless they run into the arms of the blitzer there, which is exactly what they did.
That's not going to happen. And they end up losing a bunch of yards.
Here's the punt. From the 47-yard line.
Well,
the 30.
If you stay in bounds, you'll have a punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah!
What a spectacular play.
There we go.
On the punt return.
It sure was.
Special teams with a capital S.
Then when he broke it into the open,
Santa
the
teams.
Pursuers right into the end zone.
There you go. Return a punt for a touchdown.
They'll line up for the extra point.
Against a cupcake team.
And it's on its way, and the extra point is good.
Well, now we can kick it back to them, and then they get to try that miserable whole scheme all over again.
And the offense now goes right back onto the field after that punt return for a touchdown.
Now, this is where they're going to have to respond. They were unable to sustain a drive, were forced to punt, and now they find themselves in a pressure situation. They aren't able to do anything again. What happens on the next punt return?
Oh! Oh my God.
Yeah, kickoff coverage is hard in this game. It's easy in Madden 05. You just have such a good degree of control and you can get down the field so fast, right?
1st and 10.
Well, I think the way this is going to end up is I'm going to end up subbing in the second stringers in the second half.
They'll go from the I formation. A couple, maybe 3 yards on that run.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to treat this like an exhibition game too. Just so that the score doesn't get too far out of hand. Because I think we've already scored enough points to win this game anyway.
Well, also, if we give the second stringers some playtime, they'll be better backups.
Yeah.
Good penetration and pursuit.
Boom!
This guy seems to make big plays in every game that I watch him play. They need to do a better job of sliding the protection over to his side.
After the sack, they'll be looking at
Santa Claus just loves hitting the quarterback. Coming down Santa Claus lane and laying a big hit on the quarterback.
only one man back. Pressure coming with the throw. That pass was right there, but he was unable to hang on.
You got so much stuff going on out there. You got to get off the line. You got to run a good.
Well, I think he was about 5 yards short of the first down there, even if he catches that anyway.
After all that, because you have to catch the ball.
Unable to get anything going on that series, they'll have to punt it away here. He gets under this one and has a lot.
You blocked him into my way.
Well, look at this. He just returned another punt for a touchdown.
There you go. I am the offense. You'd still never see that in Madden 05, even against a cupcake team.
Nope. Nope, nobody returns punts for touchdowns in Madden 05. Well, you don't return punts in Madden 05, though. At all.
Yeah, even Santa Claus would fumble it if it's anybody breathed on him.
Yeah. Well, in our Lifers series, remember, we had number 43 back there?
Yep.
Who's a 99 rated fantasy player, and I never returned a punt for a touchdown with him.
To let them know they're ready to get a score of their own.
Yeah, the special teams just works completely differently in this game.
Yep.
Really, it's amazing we don't give up punt returns for
Oh,
touchdowns.
look at that. You see that? I looped to wait. He still ran around me. It's going to take a while to get a handle on this yet. I guess you just have to, like, commit to the middle of the field and just let the guy running down the sideline provide containment if the ball carrier spins back, eh?
Get set. Hands it off. Carries the ball for 3, maybe 4 yards. Only one man back. Number 44.
It was a run play.
Yeah. I think these guys are still going to make out okay on the ground anyway, right? Even though they're a cupcake team, they're still going to get a little bit of rushing yardage.
So they have 1st and 10 here. He's off again. He's on the run.
And in the safety, see, I actually, because that safety was not even in the depth chart, because he's like a 33-year-old player.
Yeah.
And so I actually had to go into our depth chart and manually put him in at safety, so that he would play safety, even though he's the best safety on the team. Games like he's too old to play safety.
Under pressure with the pass.
Well, there's an interception for somebody.
The 30.
One of the cornerbacks.
Yep.
The 10, 5, touchdown.
That's why he's faster than everyone else.
Offensive line couldn't do the job, and the pressure forced him to make a bad throw into coverage.
I think I'm going to kick this one.
You might as well.
What that does is make the secondary's job a heck of a lot easier. And that play, it led to an interception.
And it's up. And the extra point is good.
Well, I guess I'll get to kick off anyway.
That's all you've done for the last 3 kickoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, the last 3 possessions, all I've done is kick the ball away and then watch things fall apart for the Lifers here.
Oh, man.
I'm getting my practice at kicking anyway.
But to be fair, in Madden 05, that interception wouldn't have happened, right?
Okay, there.
Defense, a lot of credit on that last possession.
I'll just move way inside, right?
Let's see what happens this time. It's 1st and 10.
Yeah, I've just started playing pure man coverage against this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Number 44, the lone back, man in motion. Pressure, Rosen. The pass is picked.
Just got another
That's
interception
another one.
from somebody else.
Well, look at what he throws that into, though.
Yeah, I know. There was like
communication.
that was the safety that got that one.
We might have been getting called for wide receiver interference if that guy had been the target of the pass, though.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Oh, well. He was throwing it into a crowd, and you made him pay.
It's now 1st and 10.
Well, at least you get to be on offense again.
Yeah.
Number 1, directing traffic.
And I mean, we ain't adjusted the interception slider at all. That's still a default. He's just throwing it because he's the second string quarterback, right? He's just throwing it into a crowd of 4 or 5 guys.
Yep, he is.
I wonder if he's just like got like a receiver that he looks at and he just looks at them all the way down the field and then throws it at them.
I think they all play that way, to tell you the truth.
Looks like he's changing the play.
Oh,
You know,
with the hot potato AI?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you see some of the passes that those guys throw, and they drop back, they take 2 steps back, and then they just fire it downfield at anybody, and they'll throw it into a crowd, you know, like of 2 or 3 defenders and stuff like that.
Defenders in the ass.
Well, not only that, but, you know, like, it's surprising how often receivers will catch those passes too, right?
Yeah, well, that's how these quarterbacks, even if they throw 4 or 5 interceptions a game, they end up with a 70% completion percentage. I mean, I don't think these guys will, but that's how that happens. Wow, that guy is just a terrible player. That was a terrible line of pursuit.
Yeah, and that was a very poorly executed offensive play too, but I guess their defense is worse than my offense that time.
Well, maybe that's the factor of awareness too, right? Because we did gain a bit of awareness in the preseason because we won our preseason games. Whereas these guys, they probably lost every single preseason game they had, which means their players would have gotten worse.
Very likely.
And that's probably why we're considered a better team than them.
So 2 minutes left before halftime.
Those preseasons, they're important, man. They don't just not matter. That's how you build up a cupcake team and get yourself set for success in the regular season. But there's 7 rating points between us. They're overall 63, we're overall 70. And mind you, overall 70 ain't exactly a good rating, and most of that rating is Santa Claus, but
yeah.
Like, we'd probably still be like an overall 65 or 66 team even without Santa Claus. And I think a lot of that would have to do with our success in the preseason.
Yeah. Well, like I said before, I think that if I could put my finger on one thing they needed to fix in this game, then it was the passing game, right?
Yeah, the psychic receivers.
The psychic receivers. And if you fix the psychic receivers so they're no longer psychic,
then you have a very, very good game.
Then you'd have a very good game with a very balanced, you know, like offense versus defense kind of thing.
Yep.
Because, I mean, let's face it, this game here is not any kind of indicator on how the game actually plays, because this team is absolute garbage, right, that we're playing against.
See, aren't you happy we ended up with 2 All-Madden teams in our division?
Yeah, but still, if you watch their play calling and stuff like that,
it's a lot better.
It's a lot better. You know, if
you had like Madden 05 individual player play and then like Madden 04 play calling.
Oh yeah, then you'd have a much better game, right?
Yeah, it's really too bad that Madden 05 has that bug in it where only one team at a time can load a custom playbook. Because I actually drew a playbook for the AI, and in exhibition mode it works, but in franchise mode it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It just crashes the game.
But you still can't stop them from crowding the line, right?
No, sadly not.
And I mean, I've seen them crowd the line when they're playing cover 2 zone. And that's suicide. Like, nobody should do that.
I mean, nobody should crowd the line outside their own 5 anyways.
No, but still, like, if you're only playing 2 deep safety zones and the way that the safeties position themselves in Madden 05 when you crowd the line,
right on the line,
they're toward the middle. of the field as well. So not only do you only have 2 deep zones, but they're both positioned in the middle of the field, so anything outside the hash marks is free territory, right?
Pressure coming with the throw.
You'd have to be insane to play that kind of defense.
Yep. Oh, that was Santa Claus. It just got hit in the hands. Come on, Santa. You gotta work on closing your claws, man.
Out of the gun.
Did I just back up the corners again?
Yeah, because you don't want to give up any of those deep passes.
That is, like, not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just backing up the corners because I always back up the corners.
Yeah, well, I don't think that was a bad idea. I mean, number 36 there got his hand in there and knocked that ball down anyway.
Just when they need him to. The defensive back should just be thinking about knocking the ball down. They can't afford an interference call, which gives the other team a first down and stops the clock.
Pressure, steps up, gets rid of it. This pass is incomplete. Just a little time left before the half, and they'll punt it.
Yep, that's all they needed to do, really. I think that the defensive play was actually pretty good already. They just, if they wanted to nerf the offense and instead of taking all the shortcuts and stuff they just needed to take away the psychic ability of receivers and make them have to run complete pass routes.
And then make the quarterback not hot potato the ball.
Yeah.
And then make defensive players actually reach up and try to bat at the ball.
So they just need to prevent them from getting into field goal range.
Because you still get a lot of that kind of thing, even especially against the All-Madden teams. Like, we got 2 knockdowns against the first All-Madden team we played.
Yeah.
Basically, all game long, players were just running with their hands at their sides. Not playing proactively at all. But I think, again, that's a dice roll thing, and you just gotta take that dice roll out and actually get the defenders to respond to the play.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. Shall we resume play here, and then we'll go into the coaching strategies and into depth chart, and I guess we'll let Lewis start here at quarterback.
I like how Santa Claus left outside linebacker is a better quarterback than Lewis.
Yeah, he's a better quarterback than Lewis, yep. And actually, all 3 running backs get a chance to run and ball anyways in my offense, so I'm just going to leave them the way they are. And, well, let's see here.
Yeah, throw Alderman in there.
No.
Hey, he might improve. He could get catching.
I think we're fine there. Basically, I'm just going to change quarterbacks, and everybody else should be good.
All right, well, I'm going to sub everybody out on my side. At left end, we'll throw in Jay Smith. At right end, we'll throw in Vandiver. We'll let Styles take a swing at defensive tackle. He's actually a pretty good defensive tackle, and he's young-ish. Oh, I'm already playing him here, huh? Oh, yeah. That's okay. We'll take Molnari there, and we'll put in Crawford, who is absolutely terrible. And we'll take McAllister there, and we'll put in Anderson. And then we'll take McAllister and put him back in over here, because we've got a couple of useless linebackers we don't use, like that K. Bell guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like Cable.
Cable.
And let's see here. I'm not going to put Billups in, but we'll put Engram in, the guy who always gets hurt.
Wow, you know what? Your secondary is absolutely brutal. You've only got 1 player with more than 80 speed, and his speed is 81. You have a very slow secondary.
And then we can throw in, what do we got? We got McPherson here, and more there. I think this is the rookie that improves 7 points in tackling. Maybe we throw him in there.
I don't think it's going to alter the outcome of the game very much anyway.
Yeah, and I think McPherson is our, he's already technically supposed to be the backup, strong safety, but we have the backup, we have the starting free safety playing strong safety typically. So, I guess we'll just leave that as it is.
And we're back.
Okay, well, we're returning the kickoff to start the second half.
So let's pick up the action.
Oh, you were just getting rid of the graphic because it was in the way?
Yeah, it was annoying me.
From the 12-yard line.
Oh! Oh, that guy hurt himself. He hurt himself on Santa's shins.
Yeah. An update from Melissa as soon as the extent of the injury.
He's a defensive back, too.
Yeah. Well, let's see what we can do here.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 25. Changing the play now. Number 37 breaks the tackle. Good gain there and a first down.
If the defense keeps giving up runs like that for first downs, they'll have to make some adjustments to slow this guy down.
Oh, it looks like he'll be back soon anyway. He's not hurt seriously.
He did sustain an injury, but it doesn't appear to be anything serious. His return is probable.
That was Melissa Stark with her sideline report.
Well, at least we won't get anybody important injured in this game.
Collins. He's on the run. Across midfield.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
The home team are winning the football.
And that was definitely a fumble.
Yes, it was. He was definitely standing upright. Wow. Oh, boy.
Things that make you go,
So after the fumble now, it's 1st and 10.
Well, what can you do? It's the year of the turnover. That was a good run, too, until that happened.
Dropping back with the throw. This pass is incomplete. He couldn't hang on to it.
He's still throwing it into a crowd of 3 guys.
But he ended up with 2 hands full of air.
Yeah, I think if they were going to do the dice roll thing, they probably should have taken into account that a receiver who's outnumbered 3-1 is probably not going to catch the pass, right?
Well, not just a receiver outnumbered 3-1, but a receiver outnumbered 3-1 who's about to take a big hit.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Oh, wow.
He's getting up a little slow.
What the hell happened to the offensive line there?
Well, every now and then when you rush like that with a linebacker, the offensive line gets confused, right? And the right tackle doesn't know which guy he wants to block. I've seen that happen before, and it's not just a cupcake team thing. I've seen it happen with other teams before, too. Well,
wow, we're playing volleyball out there.
Yeah, it looks like, who was that, a defensive lineman that got that interception?
I have no idea.
Looks like it.
The offense gets ready to go following the interception. Lewis gets set. Calling an audible.
Ah, did I just get another delay of game penalty? Wow.
This is part of why we are the most penalized team in the league.
They're moving in the wrong direction.
A play like that will just kill
Oh,
You're trying to
man.
put a drive together, and then boom, something like that happens.
I'm going to have to remember to check the play clock every time there's a change of possession because I keep getting screwed out of time here, right?
Cross play to the right. Number 37 couldn't pick up any blocking on that play.
The defense is always very aggressive when defending the run. They're extremely disciplined, and they get off their blocks very quickly. Makes it tough to find openings when you're running the ball.
Again with the carry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Gain of about 5.
Oh, there you go. You still gained 5 out of that mess.
Yeah. Oh well. That's okay.
Under pressure with the pass. Oh, he makes the catch anyway.
Now this is one heck of a play. Look at it. You're in a hole here on 3rd down, and they come through with this perfect play that gets them a first and keeps the drive going.
Well, Fulker will be happy to get some catches.
Yeah, well, I figured I'd probably get away with that against a cupcake team, right?
Looks like he's changing the play.
Some of these plays work really well in play creation mode, and then when you actually get out on the field in a game, they don't work.
But anything works against these guys.
Yeah. Until this defense shows they can stop the run.
Calling an audible. Number 37 breaks the
Oh, that's a face mask.
Yep.
Just enough to convert. The defender may have grabbed that face mask while hauling him down.
The defender almost pulled his helmet right off.
First and 10.
He's got a 100-yard game.
They give it to the halfback.
There might have been a little bit of holding on that play from that wide receiver.
You think so?
Yep.
Maybe that's why that play worked so well.
About 6 to go. Ball on the 24-yard line.
You know the old expression, though, right? If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Directing traffic. Man in motion. On the carry. A very well drawn up play.
And it was well executed. They hit their blocks and the back found the right hole to get down the field and pick up a first down.
It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time.
Directing traffic. Using motion. To the air on first down. Pressure.
Oh,
that's a sack fumble.
Yeah.
The home team.
I thought I had time, right? Like I wasn't really trying to rush that out there.
Looks like the extra.
But I guess he got there a little faster than I expected him to.
Your extra blocker just didn't block that guy.
Yeah.
Like that's who ended up picking up that fumble, was your extra blocker who was supposed to block that guy.
Yeah. Well, at least he picked up the fumble. Oh well.
That was a backwards pass, man.
Yeah, it was.
At the 13-yard line.
Terrible blocking over on that side, too.
Another timely reception has a total of 6 catches.
Well. What can we do? What can we do? Yeah, okay, let's try this. I don't think we've even run this play in an actual game yet.
The visiting team come out in the.
They sure do have a lot of guys lined up on the right, though.
Lewis with a man in motion. Closing in.
Uh-oh, I got sacked. I was going to try and throw the corner there because it looked like it was going to work.
You have to give credit to the coverage.
It's okay, your extra protection helped you out there.
Yeah, or not. Just goes to show you how tough it is to actually pass in this game, though, right?
Yeah, even
a cupcake team can sack you if you can't prevent them from running those ends from running around the outside edges, right?
yeah, they can sack the crap out of you too.
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that I lead the league in sacks allowed, right? I've been like, I think I looked at the statistics before this game, and I was getting sacked like 3 times a game, right?
He got all of that one.
Yeah, even the Lifers don't get sacked as much as you do.
Yeah. Everybody gets sacked. Everybody gets sacked less than me.
But they still have enough time to turn it around.
But it's because when you look, like I got into the habit of looking downfield instead of watching the pass rush.
So they have first,
You know, particularly playing Madden 05 because they don't have the strong outside pass rush like they do in this game, right?
I don't think there's anything wrong with looking downfield. Oh, shit.
I think you got that reversed or something, eh?
play to the right.
No, but apparently you can do the zone shade thing.
Ah.
I didn't realize that.
But anyway, in this game, you have to pay a little more attention to the pass rush because if you don't, they'll get you.
Yeah, I think you can actually do the zone shade thing.
Oh yeah.
Huh. That's useful to know.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's just that you never do it anyways, right?
And it's caught. The 40. Amazing play.
Because you don't play 4 deep as often as I do, so I play 4 deep zone, so I do it a lot.
Yeah, I
Right.
play like man coverage basically all the time.
Yeah, and you play man coverage with 2 deep, or sometimes you'll play 3 deep or something like that, but you can't do the zone shade. It's not a good idea to do the zone shade thing if you have less than 4 deep, right?
Yep.
Because if you do, then there's going to be one side of the field down the sideline that you're not covering.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting because it used to be coverage audible left or coverage audible right, but
Yeah.
I guess it's just left or right now.
Yeah, well, in this game, yeah, because they didn't have as many coverage audible options to choose from, right? So it's just a quick playmaker stick adjustment.
Up in the shotgun. The corners playing back. Steps up into the pocket. Looking for a
Well,
receiver.
somebody gets a sack there.
And picked up his first
Yep.
sack of the game.
Wow, it was that guy, the jobber linebacker.
Yep, the jobber linebacker. The second string scrub.
It's now 3rd and long after the sack.
Come on, get up.
Number 44, the lone back, using motion.
I don't know, 3rd and 16, I think their chances are not very good there.
Incomplete pass.
Watch here. He's trying to make the catch, but as he's about to bring it in, he takes a big shot from the defender, and that forces him to drop the pass.
So as we get set for the punt, let's take a look at our returners.
You know, and that's something too. I think that, you know, like they made Madden 05 and they say fear the D and all that kind of stuff, but if you know the right kind of plays to run against Madden 05, you can just turn them inside out, right? Because they don't have that strong out. You just return another punt for a touchdown. They don't have that strong outside pass rush like they do here, right?
Touchdown, home team. He's such a dangerous return man. He can do that anytime he gets.
But again,
his
though,
hands on the ball.
that right there is actually why we turned tackling up, because it seems like players just kind of bounce off each other.
Yeah.
Try and get a lot of hang
So the AI tackling
Just
is
don't give
turned
this guy
up,
a
right?
chance to make a big play on you.
Yeah. But
How much do you have it?
even then,
How much do you have it turned up? All the way?
So
Max.
it wasn't the
Yeah,
offense,
so you've
but
got
the special
AI
teams
tackling
that made
maxed.
the scoring
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah, so
offense
they're
was
the
stopped
AI
on that last
tackling,
drive.
defensive
Then they gave up a
tackling for
quick
the
6
AI
points.
teams is at
They have to
20,
do
right?
something right
Yep.
here if
Yeah.
they want to get back some momentum.
but even then, you still end up with a lot of that bouncing around.
Yeah.
Not a bad
And
Yeah.
especially against a player like Santa Claus, like they just seem like they just like bounce off them. Like it's like he's like all slicked up with oil.
Yeah.
For a 3 and out on their last drive, the offense comes.
Yeah,
back
that's
out
one thing I
on the
will say
field.
about Madden 05 is that the defensive players are better tacklers, right?
Ball
It's
on their own
harder. It's
26.
harder to get away from a player in the when they make contact with you.
How many punt returns for touchdowns now? Is that 3?
Yeah.
Number 44.
Ah! Oh man.
Stop at the
You got away from me.
27-yard line.
Even a cupcake team can do that to me.
Yeah, he got away from you and picked up a yard.
Stay onside, you.
Pressure with the throw. Nearly intercepted. Very lucky that wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, he already has one this game, eh?
Yep.
He just left his hands over on the sideline.
But yeah, like, we ended up cranking up defensive sliders on both sides of the ball here, just to try to make the game more reasonable.
Closing in with the pass. Picked off.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh, I couldn't get back control of him.
That's okay.
My momentum carried me out.
Oh, that's Mr. Grumpy there that got that one.
Yep.
He threw it up for grabs, and he paid for it.
And that, again, that's the default interception slider.
Yeah.
So after the interception now.
Yeah, we don't have that turned up or down. It's just at the default value.
Well, it's like I said, though, right? We were running simulation games between, I think I was using the Colts and the Dallas Cowboys. Because, you know, the Dallas Cowboys are a very run-heavy team, and the Colts are a very pass-heavy team. So I was trying to tune the game so that they could get a neutral score, right? Like something sort of resembling what they'd actually do in a real game. And at the default sliders, the Colts were throwing like 10 interceptions a game. It was ridiculous.
Leave it off.
Yeah.
The back picks up about 2 on that.
Well, the thing is, though, as a human player, basically the interception is one of your main ways to defend yourself against the pass, right?
That's right, because the only time a defender actually puts his hands up is when he's trying to pick the ball off.
Yeah. So you need those interception animations, right? You need to take advantage of those when they happen.
Whereas in Madden 05, I mean, how many times do you or I get, like, you know, 15 pass knockdowns a game, like, all the time?
Yeah.
And that's on default sliders.
Throws it.
Right?
Can't draw it up any
And maybe that's a bit much, you know, maybe Madden 05 is a little bit more tilted that way, but it is supposed to be the year of the D.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have players actually trying to make plays on the ball than just standing there running with their hands at their sides. I mean, we've seen even a bit of that in this game.
Yeah.
Like, they almost broke off a touchdown pass on me because of something like that.
It was in this game, though, where the defensive, like the basic defensive philosophy that I follow in Madden 05 even came from. Like, I've changed some in Madden 05 with the, you know, like, but only just recently. Up until then, I've been using, you know, like, very blitz-heavy defenses.
Yep. And it's because the only way to defend them in this game on the default sliders is to just, like, make them throw it away and throw it away and throw it away and throw it away.
Yeah.
Because they'll always throw it. And you'll never get sacks.
But along with that blitz-heavy thing, what I do is I create custom defensive formations where the corners are standing, I believe it's 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, and 5 yards in from their normal position.
Because that's pretty much exactly where they throw the ball.
Yes, and then I try and set it up so that I have like a linebacker or a defensive back blitzing across the line of scrimmage from out wide. Because what happens then is the quarterback will take a 2-step drop and he'll fire the ball. And more often than not, a lot of those hot potato passes go right to about where those cornerbacks are standing, where I placed them, right? And I placed them there to try and get that interception animation. And that's mainly because otherwise you leak yardage and you leak yardage and you leak yardage, and then eventually after they've run 7 or 8 plays, they'll finally throw an interception and you'll take it away from them, right?
Yep.
Or they'll score on you, right? That's one of 2 outcomes usually in this game. And that was from playing everything on...
oh, that's a holding penalty.
Yeah, that's going to come back. And that's from everybody playing, like when I was playing on default sliders for everything. And basically, the AI would pass for 350 or 400 yards a game and throw 6 interceptions.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's actually kind of how I used to play. Like, I would basically line up in a shotgun and throw Hail Mary every play because, you know, you've got a 50% chance that you're going to actually complete that pass no matter what kind of coverage they come out in, so you might as well just come out in it every play, right?
Yeah.
And that's actually how I used to play this game. And then I would just see if I could outscore the AI.
Yeah. Well, I actually, in the short time that we've picked this up, I've actually become a little more sophisticated on offense, because what I used to do is use almost exclusively the wishbone, and I would run the ball until they gave me that look where they didn't have the linebacker standing next to the corner.
Yep.
And then I would try and throw that flat pass to the wide receiver, right?
But I do think that the tweaked defensive sliders make it a better game.
Yeah.
Touchdown, home team.
Well, I would challenge that spot too, because I don't think he made it in.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think
either.
his knees were on the ground at like the 2-yard line, to be honest with you.
What to look at here is exactly where the ball was when he went down.
Yeah, they're thinking the ref
I
is
don't
gonna
think that was
give
I don't
left
think
foot
that
spot
was a
when they were
touchdown.
thinking
I
it
think
should
he
have
was
been a right
down.
foot spot.
I think they should probably spot that ball at the 1. Actually.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not going to complain about that one because I kind of agree with it.
You bet.
There, see, they spotted it at the 1.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's about what I figured should happen
Let's see
there.
if they can take advantage of it.
So it's first and goal. And this is the 9th
So
play.
3 shots from the 1 and then kick a field goal, and then we'll just punt the ball away every time.
And then return it for a touchdown?
No, you can't score any more points after that.
Touchdown.
Oh well, too late.
Now this is exactly how to get the ball in the end zone.
Oh, I see what you're
Behind the
saying.
center and guard and keep pushing and pushing.
Aren't I the
until they're
sharpest
putting up
tack in the
6
box?
points on
Yeah.
the board.
Number 7 comes in for the extra point.
But yeah, I mean, playing this game with everything on default sliders on both sides, I used to play like, 58 to 50 games and stuff like that. Like
It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. Defense was almost non-existent, and you'd give up 500 yards passing, but you'd get 7 interceptions, right?
Defense to get out there and give them the ball back.
Like I always had a player on my defense that led the league in interceptions, even though I was usually dead last against the pass, right?
Yep.
No return on that kickoff, and they'll get ready to start the drive.
Which is a weird contradiction.
The corners playing back.
And then on offense, I figured out ways to play keep away, and I had a bunch of legacy pass plays from the Madden 03 days too that kind of sort of work in this game as well, right?
Yeah, most things that worked in Madden 03, they still work in this game, just not as well.
So one of the things that I used to do is I had a shotgun empty formation where I put 4 guys on one side, but they weren't in that screen, or like they were spread apart more. And I would send 3 guys down deep in the field, and then I would have the back guy almost standing in as narrow as a tight end, but 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, run a short out. And like you'd throw that was pretty easy to throw, and you could usually pick up a few yards, right?
You actually were the guy who figured out how to do like tournament mode in Madden 03, and you figured out how to take on the freaking Sugar Buzz and the monsters with like the Admirals.
Yeah, well, that's because I developed a defense I called the can opener. And what you do is you put a dime defense out there, and you give your defensive line crash outward assignments, like the defensive tackle and the defensive end on one side crash outward, and the guys on the other side crash outward. But what you do is you bring your dime back and your nickel back in right close to the line, and you put them right side by side with the linebacker, and then you blitz all 3 of those guys. And again, I just repositioned the corners in and deep, and I more or less left the safeties in their default positions. But when you do that and you spread the line or crash them outward like that, basically the offensive line would just open right up in the middle, and you'd have the center would block out one of those 3 guys,
That's because
And
And,
the other two
and
would
then
come
the other
through
two guys would just come through free right through the middle and sack the quarterback, right? But I also figured out in Madden 03 how to block a punt and how to block a field goal too, right? And it wasn't an every time thing. You had to practice at it a little bit, but you know,
That was the only game that you could do.
yeah,
it.
that was the only Madden game that you could do it, and you couldn't do it with the like. Well, actually, you could block punts with the default punt return formation. But what you had to do is you had to control the defensive end and move him 4 boxes, like 4 shifts out to the right. And then when you start him, you make sure he stays, you just got to stay out wide and more or less run in a straight line for the first few steps so the up back doesn't pick you up.
Yep.
Wow, that was thrown really late, but I got away with it.
And it's a good thing he caught it. You don't want to drop
And
those
then
passes
you
or
turn
sure
in at
first
the
down.
last, you know, like at the right time, and it takes practice to figure out how to do it. But you turn in at the right time, and more often than not, it wasn't necessarily that you could block the punt, but you could actually tackle the punter
Yep.
before he could kick the ball, right?
Man in motion.
And that was a trick that I learned.
Hand off to the tailback.
Oh. And it's unfortunate, but they, don't seem to be able. I have never seen a blocked kick or a blocked field goal in this game either.
Yeah.
Right.
Not in this game and not in Madden 05.
Yeah.
There's this one guy on YouTube from like this old, like 20-year-old YouTube video, like way near the beginning of YouTube, where he uploaded a video that showed how to block a field goal try in Madden 05. But you know what? Like, to me, it just looked like guesswork because he started like running before the ball was ever kicked, and he would like, I think I showed it to you. He would like cross the line of scrimmage as the ball was being hiked.
Yeah, basically what he did was he took the outside rusher and backed him up about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage, and then like you see in the replay, he started actually running toward the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped. And I would imagine that he probably wow, look at that, I'm actually going to have to punt.
They got there and shut that
He
play
actually
down very
probably
quickly.
practiced
That's just the case
that
of studying game
over
film
and
as we
over and
game
over in
on.
practice
They
mode
know
or
what they
something.
like to run in
Yep.
certain situations.
And
They can
like who
anticipate
knows
the
how
play
many times he might have had to run that play before he got the result that he wanted to, right?
Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of offsides penalties there.
Yeah.
Very shallow punt. Fair catch called for.
Oh, look at that, it's going to roll into the end zone.
No return here. Back it comes to the 20.
Oh well. But yeah, I mean, and as far as I know, even with the modern Madden games, they still didn't have that figured out because we were watching Ryan Moody one day a couple of years ago. I remember this, where he was showing of that particular year's version of Madden and saying that blocked field goals is a scripted event.
Yep.
And he was able to actually demonstrate it by showing, okay, this player here twitches before the play starts,
And that means it's a blocked field goal.
and that means he's going to run into the backfield unopposed and block the field goal. And sure enough, he did. And then on another play where he didn't twitch before it started, well, then somebody picks him up and blocks him, right?
Yep.
So it was basically a scripted event. So they still haven't figured out how you could do that, right? But in Madden 03, I was able to build a custom formation where you could have the line, like have your defensive players lined up in a certain way and have them rush in a certain way to open a hole in the middle of the line, and you could control a defensive back. I usually use the safety.
Dropping back under pressure.
And if you ran through the line and timed your jump right, you could actually run through the line and jump up and block a field goal, right?
On the outside.
Although it was difficult to do, but it was doable.
And This is the 6th play of this drive. Throws it. Good
Oh.
throw. That'll move the chains, John.
Yeah, when you put together a great pass with a heck of a catch.
Even the
that's
cupcake
exactly what
teams
you're
can
gonna get.
complete that shit, man.
Yeah, even the cupcake teams can complete those hot potato passes, right?
They give it to the halfback. And he stopped at the 37-yard line. They
But
try the
you
ground
know what?
attack.
I mean, I know it's early days here. This is only our, I guess, including the exhibition games. This is really only the 8th game we've played in this game.
Get set.
But I have to say that I believe Madden 04, at least from a user point of view, plays better defense against me than Madden 05
They can't
does.
seem to key on what they're doing and put an
You know,
end to
like I
this
said,
drive.
you can't read anything into the way this game is going because this the Cupcake Lifers appear to be absolutely awful.
Yep.
But you know, like in the previous 3 games that we played,
On first down.
you know, like I did not have a license to do whatever I wanted on offense,
Second down.
and
The visiting
you know,
team
even in this
line up
game,
in
I
the
haven't
shotgun.
like put up huge offensive numbers. I mean, you've run back 3 punts for touchdowns in this game, right?
Using motion. Gets rid of it. Ooh, nearly picked off. John, it looked like that.
See,
was
that's
going to
my
be
goal
turnover.
in
didn't
playing
pick it off,
defense
but
in
at
this
least he
game
didn't
is
let
to
the
get
receiver
my
make the catch
cornerbacks to get that
Still a pretty good
animation,
effort.
right? If they jump up and go after the ball like that, then I know I've got a good chance.
Pressure gets the pass off. This one falls incomplete. Big drop on that play, John.
Well, the quarterback did his job, and he
Really? They're going to go for it on 4th down?
Some explaining to do in the huddle.
Well, why not? They're too far away to kick a field goal, right? I think we've already established that this guy cannot kick like a 46 or 48-yard field goal.
Dropping back, closing in, throws it. This pass is incomplete. And when you're down by this much, you're forced to go for it, but they came up short.
Well, they're at the point of the game where they have to try something. Heck, next time maybe you try something
That's about the
else.
furthest they
You can
managed to
understand why you
advance
wanna
the
go
ball
for
so
it here.
far in this game, though, eh?
Yep.
Hand it off.
But see here, like these guys are a cupcake defense, but they still do a reasonably good job here of defending the run, right?
Yep.
You know, like I don't think that anybody missed anyone on the line, right? Like the tackle got his guy and the tight end got his guy,
And the center got his guy.
and the center and the guard double team on that guy, and I've got a lead blocker out here on that guy. It's just that
They pursue well.
they pursue well, and you know, like blocking, of course, will break down eventually once enough time has gone by, right? And they leave the corners out. The key here is they leave the corners out wide, right? So there's containment out here, so I can't just run around these guys, right?
Yep.
You know, like in Madden 05, they're playing the corners in over here,
And it's a touchdown.
and if I can get enough blocking to run outside here, well, I'm going to pick up, well, probably not a touchdown every time, but I will
Let's
pick
get
up
back to the action on
several
the field.
yards on the ground just because I'm able to run around the defense, right?
Yep.
You know, like those corners playing out wide like that are very important to the run defense, I think.
I'd agree.
Receives the hand.
Oh, wow, what's going on there?
I think you bumped into your right tackle there.
Oh, okay.
Nothing there.
He got pushed so far into the backfield that he actually
They're right
pushed
there
you
to cover
backwards.
their gap
Yeah.
assignments.
Oh, well, okay. Whatever. I guess we'll try throwing a pass and,
Score some more points.
well, or try and make a first down at least anyway.
The visiting team come out with one linebacker.
This does not look-
and
this does
several
not look
defensive
very
backs.
positive,
So it's
though.
directing traffic.
It looks like I got man coverage here.
Dropping back. He surveys the field. Throwing. And
We'll
his
just
pass
throw
is
it to the
complete.
underneath guy, and then we'll
Short of
kick
the
it
first
away.
down with that catch.
That's a poorly planned play. You have to know that you have to get past the first
Well,
down
when you're
marker
ahead
on third down.
73, oops,
Anything
when you're ahead
less
73
has
to
be a
nothing,
failure.
John, you don't really have to make a first down here. I just wanted to keep the clock running. Actually, I can run the clock down to 2 minutes here now
So
before I have
3
to
and
punt
out, and
this.
they'll line up to punt.
Yeah, now we'll get to see what their 2-minute offense looks like.
Yeah. But yeah, I know. You know what? I know I'm bashing Madden 05 a lot here lately, but after playing Madden 04 here, like I kind of thought that there was something wrong when we were playing in Madden 05, the way that the defense played and the way that the passing game works and that kind of thing.
Yep.
But having played this game now, there definitely is something wrong there, right? Because this game, even though it's a year older, in many ways is better, right? It's better than Madden 05 is. Wow. Okay.
That's a touchback.
He just let that one go. And that's because, like, you just have to watch the way that they play their defense, the kind of plays they call, the kinds of coverages that they use, and like
they're intelligent.
They make good play calls, and they play more sound defense. Wow, look at that guy. He's just running away there again.
He's outrunning my quarterback spy. I had a spy there.
And that was an athletic play right there. They gave him a little gap, and he turned it into
But you know what? Like, you could almost play, like, just the regular defenses. Like, if you were a particularly skilled gamer. I don't think I am, but what I was thinking about today is just because of the way that even a four-man rush can get pressure in this game, if I were good at this game, I'd play middle linebacker or safety, right? And, like, just play some kind of two-deep zone defense with a safety maybe, and just let the defensive line get the pressure, right?
Yep.
Quarterback was ready to get hit and just threw it up for grabs.
And just see how it worked. I mean, I'm not good enough at gaming to be able to do that kind of thing much, but
so this is where you run the ball and they start using their timeouts?
Yeah. I somehow don't think that's going to happen, but
he sees something in the defense.
Oh, I guess we better have the guy on the right carry the ball.
Yeah, the guy who fumbled it once.
Yeah. Well, I went and called that audible just because they had the linebackers out wide there. And generally speaking, the wider posture that defenses take, like, you can see the difference between this and Madden 05, right?
Thing is that they line up more like this in a real game.
Yeah, but you see the wider posture though, right? I can't just run around them at will. Like, I have to actually call plays up the middle sometimes because even with the linebackers and line in a neutral position like that, they give me a wide enough front that those ends can loop around if they happen to have the wide rush assignments going on.
Still couldn't find an opening.
And even there, right?
Quickly.
Yeah, he was. This line has to do a better job.
And you got to keep in mind, this is a cupcake defense that's playing the run here, right?
But he needs a line to create that little crease or cutback lane to break free.
But there are no drop blocks or anything like that.
No, but
although your right tackle sucks.
Yeah, but they play better defense, right? In my opinion.
It's the 5-man coverage on the left there.
Yeah. Well, I think they've got probably 2 deep safeties, and then they've got man-to-man underneath kind of thing, right?
Drops back, looking downfield, gets the pass off, won't have to break stride.
And that's the last play of the game.
Yep, that's the last play of the game. Thankfully. Yeah, well, we pretty much steamrolled these guys.
It might be apparent now why every other team in the league steamrolls these guys.
Yeah. Look at this. Everybody went home early. Right, this is a home game, but there, most points. There we go. We got the most points. And you got a shutout.
I mean, it's a cupcake team.
Yeah. Got 5 interceptions in this game.
Again, though, I think this would have been a harder game had they had their starting quarterback. They probably would have picked up some points because they got up to my 28-yard line.
Well, and if they'd had their starting wide receiver, too. I mean, this was a bad team that was made worse by a couple of very critical injuries, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess that's it for this one. I mean, I guess we could look at some stats, but I don't know that it really means a whole lot. There, see, I ran for 173
They
yards.
still got 89 yards rushing on the ground.
Yeah, they did. They got 89 yards rushing, right? But I said that in the first half, though. Like, regardless of how this game turns out, it looks like they're going to get a few yards on the ground.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you only even let them cross midfield once, right? They'd had no red zone attempts. We had, well, that'll definitely help the old quarterback rating, actually managing to play a game without throwing any interceptions.
But you didn't manage to throw any touchdowns with Lewis there.
No. But I did complete 7 for 7, right?
Yeah, that'll help his rating.
Yeah. And I was 9 of 12 with Santa Claus for 211 yards and 4 touchdowns, including a long one of 59 yards. And we finally got a 100-yard rushing game from our halfback. And then this guy, he fumbled the ball and lost it. He got a couple of carries. He got 5 carries for 8 yards.
Well, he is a garbage player.
Yeah. So anyway, Taylor has got 8 catches for 184 yards in this game. See, this guy here, he gets quite a few touchdown receptions too. He probably leads the team, actually. Doug Coyle there, right? Because I think he gets one like every game, right?
Yeah, it's your halfback dropping the passes.
Yeah. So anyway, we had a bunch of no-name guys out there making the plays today on defense.
Only 4 tackles for a loss, though.
Yeah.
But 4 sacks. And a stupid number of interceptions.
Yeah. Definitely when I compare the way this game plays to Madden 05, I think this game, I have to say, with the exception of the unstoppable receiver thing, is probably a better game. And like some people, obviously, I bet you there are people out there who agree with that. He had a quarterback rating of 0.
He threw 5 interceptions.
Yeah. Yeah, he completed 7 of 36 passes.
And we had 12 knockdowns.
Yeah.
So it's that would be 17-19 to 36.
Yeah. Which isn't too terribly bad. That's a little
and
bit
then
more
5
than 50.
interceptions, so that'd be 24 or 36.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they managed to get a little bit of rushing yardage from their halfback. They did have a lot of drop passes. They had 7, 8, 9, 10 drop passes in 36 pass attempts. That being said, though, their receiving core is absolute garbage, right?
Yeah, well, their starting receiver is injured.
Yeah. So, anyway, they still managed to sack me twice. Oh, boy. So, anyway, that one was a pretty easy one in the books.
Yep.
So I guess until next time,
I'm RecB5.
I'm Sandman99.
Merry Christmas.